Hi everyone, it's Erin from the Provincial Farmhouse. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to show you some easy French country thrift flips. You can find a full product list in the description of this video and all your crafting needs on theprovincialfarmhouse.com.au. Let's get started. Today we're going to be using the traditional pots transfer from IOD. This has 4 pages of beautiful designs in black, white and blue, so a lot of options here. Our first project is this lovely white canister, and I think I paid about $2 for it. So I'm just giving it a good clean to start off with, and then I'm selecting this sweet little duck decor there, and I'm going to trim it out and work out where I want it on my canister. Originally I thought about possibly having it on the front, but it has a long little clasp there, and I thought about putting it on the side, but decided that it would actually look really cute sitting on the top. To apply my transfer, I'm going to first peel off the paper backing and then very carefully hover the design over the position I want, and when I'm happy with it, I'm going to press it down. I'm then going to use the transfer stick that comes in all IOD transfers to burnish and rub the design. I'm then going to pick a side, lift up the plastic a little bit, and I'm lifting the plastic as I'm rubbing, and I'm just making sure that all of the design has transferred before I lift the plastic completely away. If you miss a spot, don't panic, just very gently place the design back down and rub until the design has transferred. I'm then going to use the same plastic to gently rub and make sure that my design is completely down and without air bubbles. I'm then going to add the text from the same design. I've just cut them apart, and I'm going to position it low enough so that the clasp on the canister isn't going to obstruct the text. This is a little bit trickier because it is a round surface, so definitely take your time. And again, I'm just lifting the plastic as I'm rubbing. I managed to find a similar looking canister in the same store, so I thought they would make a great little set. So for this one, again, I'm just cleaning it really well, and then I have picked another one of the designs, this time the little angel, and I'm again going to separate the text from the image. And I've also cut away some of the extra elements around the angel. I just thought it looked a little bit busy. So I'm peeling off the backing and then positioning the little angel on top of the canister, and then I'm going to burnish it down. If you want to seal your design, I recommend using some sort of a spray sealer, but remember this is a slick surface and anything that you put on here is probably going to peel off if you're too heavy with it. Now I'm not going to seal these are just going to be decor pieces, so just keep this in mind when you're picking your projects. Next I'm adding the words from the design down the bottom. I'm also going to add some of the little bits of text that I cut away from the angel part, and I'm just going to add them on the sides. I thought that the next piece was pretty cute as is. It's a mason jar and it's a dark sort of a brown, so I'm cleaning it really, really well. And then I'm actually going to grab one of the white designs. It's the white version of the black duck one that we used at the start. So I'm just positioning it very carefully, and again, when I'm ready, I'm pressing it down and burnishing. I thought that the color contrast looked really nice on this design. To finish this piece off, I'm going to wrap some jute twine around the top and then tie a bow. And here are our finished canisters and mason jar. Have you used the traditional pots transfer? Let me know in the comments what you use them on. Our next project is this little tray with these gorgeous little feet. Now I know a lot of you are going to hate me for painting it, but there was no stamps on the bottom and nobody that comes into my shop looks at silver trays. So today we are going to be adding 2 coats of Dixie Belle's drop cloth over the entire cleaned piece. And I really just felt like the colour brought out the amazing details on this tray. Now if this wasn't just a decor piece, I definitely would have primed this with some slick stick first. Once my paint was dry, I sprayed on some satin clear coat to seal it for the next step. We are going to be using Dixie Belle's Au Naturel water-based Voodoo gel stain as a glaze, and I'm going to apply it using a synthetic brush, and I'm going to work it into all the details around the edge first, and you can really see how it sits into all of those beautiful, I think that they're berries, I'm not sure, but beautiful curves. It's just a really, really pretty piece, and I feel like the Voodoo gel stain there just really highlights that. So we're going to put that on, and then I'm going to use a wet wipe to wipe back in certain areas. I'm also applying the Voodoo gel stain to the center, and I think this is going to give it a lovely weathered sort of a look. So I'm applying it here, and then when I actually come in to wipe it back, I found that I actually wiped a little bit too much back. So I am going to end up coming back in and just sort of adding a little bit more. And this is really something that you can play with and get to your liking because we have that clear coat down as a barrier. I decided to grab another element from the pots transfer, and I am just lining it up and then pressing it down when I'm happy with the placement, and then I am rubbing my design down. Now I'm being very, very gentle because my paint has not been on there for super long. It is dry, but it isn't cured yet, so I'm being very, very gentle as I'm rubbing so that I don't rip up any of the paint. I'm then going to use 2 coats of Dixie Belle's Satin Clear Coat to seal my entire piece. Finally, I'm going to add some gold gilding wax around the edges and on the little feet. And here's our finished tray. I feel like it would look beautiful on a vanity holding somebody's jewelry, or even propped up against a sideboard, just like a little work of art. Our final project is an easy one. I found this beautiful little piece of art where someone had pressed some flowers, but I felt like the frame sort of detracted from the piece, so we're going to lighten it up. I'm first taping off the glass to make it a bit easier to take off any excess, and then I am painting on a couple of coats of Dixie Belle's drop cloth chalk mineral paint using an artist brush. The frame had some lovely carved details that were sort of hidden by the dark stains, so I'm really glad that I was able to bring those out using this lighter coloured paint. Now some of you may be wondering, why didn't you just take the glass out instead of taping it up? This had actually been sealed on the back, and I didn't want to do anything that might wreck the backing. When the paint was dry, I removed the sticky tape, and then I'm going to use a wet wipe to carefully wipe back any of the paint that went underneath the tape. finally I decided to use some medium grit sandpaper to distress the frame a little. And here's our finished little artwork. Someone put a lot of time and effort into pressing these flowers, and I love that I was able to really highlight the beauty of this piece by lightening up the frame. I feel like now the flowers are a bit brighter, and I think that this would be a super cute piece in anybody's home. I hope that you liked today's French Country thrift flips. I hope that you've been able to see how easy it was for me to transform these pieces using Dixie Belle and the wonderful IOD traditional pots transfer. Let me know what you think of these projects in the comments. Do you have a favourite? Please hit that like button if you liked today's video, and that subscribe button if you would like some more DIYs. You can find the products used on today's video on our website, theprovincialfarmhouse.com.au. Thanks for watching.